we'll get right to it. Unless, Brian, you'd like to make a statement this evening?
Nope. Let's get right to the questions.
All right. With that, Jeremiah O'Shane, go ahead and ask yours, please.
Yeah, Brian, what all went into the decision not to really rotate the lineup much in this one?
Well, because I think the team that went up to Vancouver that had a good performance deserved to have another chance. Obviously, there was some minute restrictions on Raul. There was a little bit of concern by the medical staff about Alex and injury risk. Those two were different. But, we thought that the team that played well up in Vancouver would give us the best chance of winning this game. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. What I would say is that the first, 20 minutes of the game, I felt we were playing very well. Reminded me a little bit of Vancouver. We were able to possess the ball for extended periods of time. It was a shame. Maybert seems to be snake bit, but the chance he has, early in the game, it's a good chance. We go up 1-0. The narrative suddenly changes. But that's sports. Those are the decisions we make, and outcomes are judged based on wins or losses.
All right, next question, we'll go over to Jada. Jada, go ahead and ask yours, please.
Thanks, Brian. It just seemed like also that goal, Miguel's goal, just kind of took the wind out of y'all. Did you kind of see that? I know that y'all have had some great bangers before, but it just seemed like, yeah.
You talking about the first penalty, second goal?
The second goal, yeah, that one seemed like it just stunned y'all.
Well, I remember Jimmy Medranda scoring a goal like that down in Portland.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a tremendous strike. It did kind of knock the wind out of our sails, or what was left of it, Jada. That's something certainly you just go and say that was a pretty darn good goal. So credit to them on that one.
All right, we'll go to Owen Murray next. But before we do, just a reminder to media, if you have a question, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button. Owen, go ahead, please.
Thanks. I just kind of wanted to ask about the difference in the reaction, if you felt that was more down to the way that San Jose set up, kind of indifferent to the way that Vancouver set up, or if that was more about how you guys reacted to what happened in the first half.
Well, I clearly think that after the first goal, we started to lose a little bit of discipline. I think our team, one of the reasons why our team is so good is because their desire to win, but it can become problematic if that desire takes you out of your positions. If you're trying to do too much, sometimes that can be self-destructive at times. When you go down a goal, you need to certainly put more effort into the game, but put more effort and energy into the game in your specific area of the field, win your individual battles, your individual duels in your area of the field. That's what I saw after the first goal. We had good spells of possession, but I think we tried to force things a little bit. And then secondly, Owen, I think, the difference between this game tonight and Vancouver was when we did try and do too much. I think we forced some passes, we gave away some passes, and we fell into the trap of, giving some easy balls away, which, certainly helped them.
All right, Jeremiah, we'll come back your way.
Yeah, you mentioned, trying to do too much. Is that, not to pick on one player, but it did seem like Nico was roaming a lot in this one. Is that the kind of stuff that you're talking about, or is that by design that you want him sort of all over the field that way, or is that, something you're talking about?
It's something that I'm discussing. Look, Nico is, arguably one of the best players this club has ever had. And he has played with freedom throughout his career here. This year, we're playing a little different. than we have in years past. And the understanding there is that Nico needs to be a little bit more disciplined, but it's hard. I cannot fault Nico Lodero's effort for this club, what he puts in every training session, every game, but we need to remain disciplined. I wish that we could balance both. I wish some of the guys that maybe don't put as much effort in, and do play discipline, that maybe they take some of Nico's good qualities. So it's always a give and take there. You know me, Jeremiah, well enough to know that I don't mind a little bit of interchange to create overloads in certain parts of the field. I'm not a real, structured Kansas City 4-3-3 type coach. I think it's always benefited us to allow players to play to their strengths. But certainly in games like tonight, we get frustrated because, there's some giveaways and there's some, moments when we get to the right side of the field and no one's there to help.
Maz, I see you with your hand raised. Go ahead and ask yours, please.
Brian, any concern about the lack of movement in the final third to create that, that shot?
We had tons of possession the first 20 minutes, but Bears was the only real clear chance. I think there was some good movement, some good speed ups, give and goes. We got down to the prime assist zone on the left-hand side again. I thought San Jose was going to come out and press us a little more, maybe, be in our half of the field a little bit more. Cody's a lockdown defender, maybe not necessarily an attack-minded right back. Maybe Reed was a better option there. So I need to reflect on my choices. But certainly, I was a little surprised they sat back.
And then the last couple games, you've given up quite a high number of set piece goals. Any concern about that, or that's just the ebbs and
Very
flow?
concerned. Very concerned. It's 4 in the last couple games. Again, certainly to Jada's point, I think the corner kick tonight was a tremendous goal. It'll be for sure goal of the week candidate. But we need to do better. We need to be switched on. We just need to be better there because that's an important piece of the puzzle.
I will take a couple more. Jada, I see you have your hand raised. Go for it if you have a follow-up.
Thanks. Brian, is there a chance that Jordan and Christian can be available for selection on Saturday?
I can tell you definitely they will be available for selection. The question will be, look, it was an emotional night. Christian played 75 minutes, something, I don't know, 60, 75 tonight. Obviously, the ending of the game certainly takes a toll. Jordan played a little bit more during the course of the tournament, but I don't think he's burned out. But they are traveling, and there's an emotional side to things. Our team has done, okay. I mean, tonight's performance wasn't good, but the guys that have been here certainly deserve a shot at playing. So it'll be something we discuss. It'll be a talking point when I, get a hold of Jordan and Christian tomorrow and see how they're feeling both mentally and physically.
All right. Owen, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, just kind of following up on that question. I just wanted to ask if you had a chance to see Jordan's assist tonight and if you had any comment.
Look, I'm a big U.S. fan. It's unfortunate that they didn't go through. Penalty kick shootouts can go one way or the other. Certainly, Jordan's contribution to the game was a good one and a critical moment to get the back level. But that's past us. Now, all we're going to focus on for the next 11 games is certainly just getting all of our guys back and getting our team ready for what's ahead.
Maz, do you have a follow-up, or is that a holdover from your last question?
Real quickly, Brian. So what's the messaging on the team? I think you just kind of said the tagline just in terms of moving forward, but what's the message for Saturday after today?
Well, it's a home game. It's a critical home game. My message, Maz, it's a good question to end on, I think. Look, my message to the team after the game was it's consistency is always what coaches want. We always want to see the team not have really big ebbs and flows. We understand there's going to be momentum shifts during the course of a game, during the course of a season. You're going to have guys in and out of form. And, it's critical for us to make sure that we maintain a upward trajectory in our form, both as individuals and as a group, as we head towards the playoffs. And I just think tonight's game was so different than the one we played in Vancouver. And so I talk through about why we can't be a little bit more consistent, starting with, again, my choice to start certain players, or to Jeremiah's point, not change more guys out. I'll start with myself, and then we'll push forward.
Thank you.
Last one to Jeremiah O'Shan.
Yeah, just real quick. I suppose it ended up being kind of immaterial to the result of the game, but did you get any sort of explanation on what happened with the whole, Reed gets kicked in the face, and then there's a VAR about a seemingly unrelated incident, and then it ends up being a drop ball that sounds like keeps.
I don't know what the explanation of that play was. I thought we could have got Reed on the field because there was a stoppage of play. They didn't call a foul. A lot of times you see when you get an inadvertent or deliberate, elbows up the guy to the eye, you get a foul. I don't know why the ref didn't call it a foul. The handball, was it a handball? Did it come off his body? Was it not called? Did the opponent keep the ball? I mean, we had possession of the ball when Reed went down. So lots of things could have, lots of things did happen there, but I don't have an answer for you, Jeremiah.
Thanks.
All right, that will conclude tonight's post-match press conference with head coach Brian Schmetzer. Brian, safe travels home.